I want to get some chargers in at my location, but I'm afraid about balancing. That's why I came all the way to Michigan, so I could meet some folks from Oregon. What am I doing? We'll have more with them in the future. We will connect with them. But we're going to be talking about chargers that can balance all the way from the car level to the bank level, to the site level, and beyond. It's amazing. We'll figure it out. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. So I got Dexter here from OpConnect. Is that how you say it?
It is.
All right, tell me about OpConnect, and then we'll get into the real meat of it.
Okay, well, hi, I'm Dexter Turner. I'm the president of OpConnect, and we're a turnkey EV charging provider. As Brian said, we manufacture level 2 EV charging stations at our facility in Portland, Oregon. We resell everything from low power level 2 for passenger cars up to the highest powered DC fast chargers for transit buses or even long haul trucks. And we also provide software to manage the chargers, and we're a full service provider. So we're a customer's provider from cradle to grave. We do installation, we do ongoing maintenance, and as I said, we also support the chargers with our cloud software platform.
Now, as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, I've been talking with a lot of charging companies like Electric Era out of Seattle, and their big thing is what you're doing. Their big thing is, if we control the software and the hardware, we can actually make it work. What's your uptime like?
Well, one of the things that's really helped us at OpConnect is we have complete control over the software stack from the plug all the way back to the server. So our server is currently maintaining over 99.99% uptime, and charging stations running our software are also 99% plus uptime.
So that's, again, when you see someone saying they're at 97%, what they're saying is they're down 10 days a year. That those extra 2 nines make a big difference.
They really do.
So that's, you're down 1% of 3 days in total. That's, you're probably not going to notice. And because it's all made in-house, you know what your components are. If you changed component suppliers, you understood the old one and the new one and which one's got which. That saves you.
Or even because we manufacture the charger ourselves, we've been working on building out more and more AI into at the hardware level on the charger and also on the back end level. So for example, we've got predictive failure mode prediction where we want to be proactive and go out and replace a component in the charger before it fails. Replace a cable before it needs to be placed, just replace. Because some of our customers, if you can imagine, you're a fleet operator and you're using this vehicle, this electric vehicle for your day-to-day operations. The EV charger is mission critical equipment. If the delivery driver shows up at 6 a.m. and loads the truck up and is ready to go, but the truck didn't charge overnight because the charger was broken, that's going to cost them money, which is going to make my phone ring in the morning, and I don't like that. So we want to keep our customers' equipment up and running.
And I would say for buses, could you imagine if they come into the depot and 8 buses are not ready to go? You've got an angry customer. And I hope that AI has a better ability for failure prediction, because my parents predicted it for me and they were wrong. So I'm assuming this is how you fuel the staff. So we got that out of the way, that's good. So let's talk about balancing power and whatnot. And look at this, how fun. You've got your CCS and your NACS. And obviously at the very lowest level is a car. You're not going to overcharge a car. That's, I mean, of course.
Sure.
Now, you got 2 cars. Now what happens?
Well, so the chargers can be installed one of 2 ways. Either each one of these ports can be on its own circuit, which means that each one of these ports can deliver, let's say they're on a 60 amp circuit, that means they're going to deliver 48 amps maximum to the vehicle, which is going to max out most vehicles at level 2 charging. But for some properties, let's say they don't have enough circuit breakers in the panel to have 30, 40, 60 ports all on its own breaker. So these ports can share breakers, and we can do the balancing down at the circuit breaker level. So let's say you have up to 4 ports sharing it. One vehicle plugs in, they're going to get the full 48 amps. two vehicles plug in, they're going to share that load. And it's smart sharing. In other words, as your car gets close to full, the car's going to automatically throttle down the charging.
Right.
And the charging station in the software is smart enough to take that extra power that's being freed up by one of the vehicles that's almost full and distribute it to the other vehicles that are there.
Right.
So that's balancing at the like the breaker box level or at the
Sure.
load source level.
A little higher up. Now, I notice a tap to pay. This is all up to your customers. If your customers want tap to pay, they can have it. If it's a fleet and we've got QRs or whatever, you can just do whatever.
Right, or with fleets, you can just plug and charge.
Just have it open because it's a gated facility.
It really is. Or the charger also has the ability, if the vehicle is equipped with a standard called ISO 15118, the charger can read the VIN number from the vehicle when it plugs in. We can validate that, hey, this is a fleet vehicle and this isn't Joe's personal car that he's trying to charge on this fleet charger. And then we'll deliver the charge to that fleet vehicle, and then we'll also track the charging by the fleet vehicle.
Yeah, I notice on the software we got 42 Rivian vans and an ID Buzz. I don't think that's us.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. So obviously you can split between the two. Could you put in CEO mode? This one always gets the most juice.
We do have vehicle prioritization, and that's really important for our fleet customers. So let's say that you're a fleet operator, like for example... Well, because you've got one truck that's turning over all day, and this one that runs once a day. Right. And so when we detect that, again, we're reading the VIN when the vehicle plugs in, or they can tie a vehicle to an RFID tag. They tap the RFID tag. We recognize that this is a mission critical vehicle that's charging. We'll make sure that that vehicle gets full power. We throttle down everyone else to free up the power to charge that mission critical vehicle.
Okay, so CEO mode confirmed. Now let's say you've got a site, it's got 400 amp service, but I got 20 stalls plus the business inside. Mm-hmm. Can it manage that, or am I going to be browning out the servers and causing problems there?
Well, and I can give you a real world example that, let's say that the site is on 3-phase power, which means that each one of these charging stations is taking 2 of those 3 legs. So you've got that 3-phase power delivered or distributed among not just one floor of a parking garage, but 2 or 3 floors of the parking garage. And we've got limitations like, let's say each one of those floors is on a 200 amp panel, but the total load for all the charging can't exceed 400 amps at the building level.
At the whole site
So we're
level.
balancing now on multiple levels. We're balancing at the vehicle level, we're balancing at the floor level, at the circuit, at the breaker panel level, and then we're also balancing back at the total load source back at the building level. And so our back-end software can handle all of that multi-level load balancing and make sure, like you said, that we don't burn up a transformer, we don't trip breakers in the panel, and again, everyone gets fully charged with the prioritization, that you want the vehicles charged.
Okay, and if you've got a problem with the hardware, who do you call? You
call us. And that's one thing that really sets OpConnect apart and has really been helping us win against a lot of other bigger competitors is customers like Beaverton School District, PGE, City of Portland, for example, can attest that we're Johnny on the spot when there is an issue with the charger. We're willing to sign up to a service level agreement with an 8-hour turnaround time, 4-hour response time. We're going to diagnose that issue remotely. We're going to have a boot on the ground. We're going to have that charger back up and running within 8 hours, even on weekends, if that's what's included in the service level agreement.
So you've got probably a tech on the way while someone back at the server level is troubleshooting,
right.
And you've got what all your parts are. There's no surprises when you open the box because it's your box. Mm-hmm. And it's assembled, manufactured essentially in Portland.
Yep, that is one thing we pride ourselves on. We are the only charging station manufacturer that's manufacturing in Oregon.
Wow. Well, I've only seen a couple in the US in total, and both of them were in the Northwest. Maybe it's because that's where I'm from, even though I'm here today. What's that about? Okay, so how many of these do you have out so far, and what's on the plate right now?
So OpConnect has been in business since 2016, and we've deployed a little over 5,000 charging ports, and we're doing something like 175, 200 a month, I think, or something like that. So it kind of tells you that the pace that we're on. We're currently operating in 35 states. Most recent state we added was Alaska. I would have guessed that would have been the last state.
I would have as well.
But we actually got a customer that was that's a car dealership network, and some of their dealerships happen to be in Alaska. So we've now shipped stations to Alaska. Also operating in Canada and in Puerto Rico.
Wow. Okay, so that Puerto Rico surprised me. It's far, it's an island, you've got to get stuff there. And I'm assuming this is for demonstration purposes because this is not a very large electricity hose. That's the technical term, right?
No, this is actually a production NACS cable. This one's capable of 40 amps because, like you said, this is not the heaviest grade wire.
It's not
so
cool.
So if we were looking to go up to 80 amps, 100 amps, it would be a heavier cable.
But this is good for up to 48?
Up to 40.
40,
actually.
up to 40. Okay. So that's pretty good. Is there anything I'm forgetting to ask? Now you can do level 2s, you can do level 3s, you can do buses. Is there anything I'm forgetting to ask?
No, I think you covered it. Really appreciate you taking the time to come by and see us.
Guys, in the comments, what did I miss? What did I misunderstand? The videos where we try to make you smarter, the comments is where I beg you to make me smarter. Let us know because that's the only way we'll find out. Like, subscribe, do all the usual things, and don't forget to smack subscribe. So what are we doing here, man? We're saying stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on the flippity flop.